content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Jimmy, this is MTL3. I'm just chilling. Jimmy saw your shit.
Hey, oh, that was a quick cut there. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We're very bright. I need to change that somehow. Anyway, before we get started, let's say hi to everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell. Hello, Ron.
Hello, Jimmy Star. Just move the lid back.
No, it's not the lid. It's like I changed a setting in here.
Oh, why did you change the setting? Must you touch everything?
Because we look dark.
Jimmy, you screw up this show every week. I'm leaving.
I know, every week. I'm just a total screw up every week.
I'm not going to be on the show anymore because it's like a amateur hour show. There's always something going wrong with it.
That's
I want
okay.
to be in regular movies and television and real. I want to be in a real studio.
Let's say hi to everybody first of all, though.
Hi, everybody. I want to be in a real studio.
All right. So then we also want to say hi to the lady behind the boards in Wellington, Florida. What's up, Danielle?
Hello.
How are you?
God, that voice gets sexier and sexier.
I'm actually losing my voice, so maybe that will help me out.
It's good. You got to go in the club and do that. Say, hi, my name is, Danielle. You got to do the little ooh, because that makes guys think, you're having an orgasm that turns them on, gets them interested. Hi, my name is Danielle. Like that.
Anyway.
That was good.
And if that doesn't work, just go home.
Well, then we've also got the man behind the boards in Philadelphia. We want to say hi to Scotty J. What's up, Scotty J?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you today?
Oh, now he's got his sexy voice. I love all of it.
There you go. You got to love it.
All your voices. Meanwhile, so you still hate your wife, Scotty J?
I love my wife. She's the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Oh, see that? She got you. After last week, what you said. You must have gone home and she probably hit you with a frying pan. Right?
She made me pray to God.
That's funny. Well, in the chat room...
Wait, go back. You had to pray to God, what, that you wouldn't say anything nasty about any of our guests, that they're hot and gorgeous?
Oh, come on. You know that old saying, Ron. I'm sure you've done it to Jimmy many times, I made you see God, It's one of those things, one of those moments.
I don't know what that means. I made you see God. I am God. So Jimmy sees me every day.
Well, there you go.
Hang on. We have a chat room full of people. They're saying hello to, what does this say? What's up? Here comes. Hi, Mr. Ron Milk Carton Russell.
No, what? Oh, no, Carton. They still carrying on about that.
And yes, I got a haircut. We want to say hi to everybody in the chat room. What's up, everybody? We've got Eileen Shapiro in the chat room who was with us up through Sunday in LA. We have Twism White Piece in the chat room. What's up, Twism White Piece? Sabine Marketing and Promotions. That's Teresa. We want to say hi to Bruce Glasgow. And Backpack John is in the chat room. You guys, we have a really fun show for you today. We're going to have actress Katie Wallen coming on. She's the wife of Harley Wallen, who we've had on a bunch of times, but we've never had her on.
And she's a real actress, folks. A real actress. For a change.
She's very, very cool. And then we are going to have Canadian Toronto rockers Drop Top Alibi coming on, who are fabulous. Now the dog's all walking around. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And Ron and I are still exhausted. We were in LA Friday for Mars Rocks, which is the show we had last week with all the different people. And we had a great time at Mars Rocks. Eileen and I and Ron had a fabulous time. Tell them a little bit, Ron. Did you have fun?
I had a ball. They wanted us to go up and dress as Martians. I have a dog that loves me. He puts his tongue in my mouth all the time. Stop it, you pervert. So we dressed as Martians, and I just thought it was so school-like and silly. What are we going to do, jump around on the stage while Noah and Olga are playing? So I thought, there must be gay people on Mars, so why can't I be a Martian drag queen? So I got 2 plastic champagne glasses and I stuck them under the uniform, and I had boobies. And I went out there and I acted very gay and strippers, and I was doing bumps and grinds, and they loved it.
We had a good time. We actually performed on Martian Shantytown on stage.
Right.
I had a mask on, so nobody knew it was me, but you could tell from my stomach. And we had a really good time with that. We had a great time at the red carpet event. All kinds of celebrities that have been on the show in the past showed up. Ian Guerin was there. Rebecca Knox from Orange is the New Black was there.
Sean
and
Kanan
Michelle
and
Kanan
Michelle, my sweetie Michelle,
were there. All the musicians, so Revolution, the Hailers,
Soho
Scott
Johnny
Page.
came in from New York.
Yeah, Soho Johnny was there from New York.
I just said that. What are you?
Massey Ferlin was there. He's from American Crime Story, and he's in the new Jumanji movie. We had
Just
the guy.
a whole lot of
yeah,
people.
there was a lot of fun people. Wyatt Walter from Shameless. There was just a whole list and crew of people. We had a great time. We got great photos, so you guys can check out our Facebook pages, and you'll see all of them. And it was just a lot of fun. And now we're tired.
Facebook. Thank you for bringing that up. Garrick Lee said that if you do something to Facebook, you get all your people back, because Facebook only allows 25 people to see you every day. And I have over almost 5,000 people. That's not fair to the people that are not seeing my page or commenting on it. So Garrick wrote on my page, if you go to Ron Russell's show and look for Garrick Lee, how to bypass that and have all of your people that you have as friends on Facebook see what you're doing.
I don't think it's correct, though, because you get more than 25 likes, and there's no way you would get more than 25 likes on something if only 25 people saw it.
Garrick said that he had over 1,000 people, and now they're all back.
Okay.
So it worked for
All
him.
mine aren't back. I know, but you already get more than 25 likes on all your pictures.
Sometimes.
Oh, so sometimes they see it. I don't know. Facebook is weird, you guys. Sometimes people see it, and sometimes they don't. I don't even
Because
get it.
I know I post things on Facebook on my page, and it's supposed to go to my news feed, and it doesn't. I have to ask Jimmy, did you see it? Did it go on? And Jimmy said, yeah, I can see it, but I can't. Anyway, you know, Facebook's got to go. We need to have somebody else come on so we have competition. I don't like one of anything, because when something is exclusive, it takes advantage of the public. It's nice to have competition. It's nice to have choice. I wish there were 3 or 4 sites like Facebook so we could all choose the one that we like the best.
I think there are, but
Wait,
like
I'm not
nobody uses
finished.
them.
I'm not finished, rudeness.
Okay.
Monopoly is not the American way. So there, now you may
I'm pretty
speak.
sure there's other sites like Facebook, but people don't use them.
I never heard
Because
of it.
Facebook is the most popular
I never
one.
heard of anything but Facebook.
I know there's other ones. Just like
Well,
there's
tell
other.
me the other ones. I'll go on
I don't know.
tomorrow.
I don't know what they are, because nobody's on them. That's why nobody goes to them. You know, if you go on them, then you don't get to see, you know, any people that you actually know. I think Danielle, are you on Facebook?
I am on Facebook. I'm your friend on Facebook.
And how many guys sit on your face?
Book.
Book.
That lady never sits and tells.
Oh, I hear a buzz when she talks. Scotty J, are you on Facebook? I know you're on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh my God, I spend more time on Facebook probably than Instagram and Twitter combined. I'm just not a Twitter Instagrammer. I suck at that really, really badly. But yeah, on Facebook, I mean, all you got to do is check out Rock Titan, and Rock Titan's all over the place. That's me.
There you go. See,
Are you a rock
so
Titan?
so basically, like Ron's the Facebook guy, and I am the Twitter and Instagram guy. And when I'm working with Eileen, she's the Facebook girl, and I'm the Twitter guy. I love Twitter.
I don't like Twitter or Instagram. I find it to be stupid, ridiculous, and a waste of time. Why I have to put pictures up all over the world is beyond me.
But you do it anyway. You just do it on Facebook.
Well, Facebook is different. It's more of a family affair.
Actually, all the people in the chat room now are in the chat room because we met them on Twitter. So we met Twism on Twitter. We met Backpack John on Twitter. We met Sabine Marketing on Twitter. We met Bruce Glasgow. We met them all on Twitter. And then they just came over and became friends on Facebook. So they're all good. I guess you really got to do all of them in one way or another. So we want to thank everybody who tunes in every week and talks with us and shows up in the chat room and supports the show. We think it's better, and it's terrific.
I really think we need to get...
Somebody says Facebook is the NSA.
I cannot hold this microphone any longer. We've got to get the earplug, the thing that, you know, goes around your mouth. I mean, this is stupid, sitting here with the friggin' microphone in my hand.
They say, most people here, they're saying Twitter is for Twitter's the
Twats.
best. Instagram is for kids, and Facebook is for like people you know really well.
I love Snapchat.
I can't do Snapchat. I'm like mentally retarded. Oh, shut up, Siri. Siri just came on. I don't know how.
Is that Snatch? Patch?
Chat.
What is it?
Snapchat.
Snatch chat?
No, Snap.
Oh, I thought she said snatch. I thought she spoke about a snatch.
Snapchat. I mean, it's the easiest way to send nudes to somebody without actually worrying if they're going to end up on the internet or not.
So on Snapchat, you can take a naked picture and send it to somebody. How fast before it disappears?
As soon as you log out of the picture, it can last up to like, I think 30 seconds.
Yeah,
And
so the
then
picture only
like,
lasts 30 seconds.
If somebody
So-
screenshot
That's what she
it,
said.
So now, Danielle, you put snatch patch on your thing?
no, I
Wait, Danielle, what happens though? What happens if somebody screenshots your naked picture?
Snapchat lets you know,
Oh,
and they tell you who did it.
okay.
Then you
So-
can marry the guy.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Good way to catch a husband, Danielle.
We want to welcome to Hub Reynolds just joined us in the chat room. What's up, Hub? How you doing? Hope everything is well. I think he's in New York, maybe.
What are you doing in New York? Cowboy
He's
in
going
New
to a
York?
red carpet premiere.
A cowboy in New York?
Yeah.
Wow, that's got to be interesting. Watch all the broads go crazy. They're going to see a cowboy in New York. The dames are going to go nuts. Your future. Is he married yet?
I'm not sure if he's married yet, but I think
I know he's engaged.
I think he's like you. He's kind of like a milk carton.
How do you know?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Why are you guessing some another man's penis? Are you a homosexual or something?
Yeah, once in a while. Wait, and now walks in Jerry, my IT guy from India, who does coding and has all those pics you posted. Oh yeah, funny. Yeah, see, Twism's got all your pictures, Danielle.
And Eileen came to visit. She was here for like a week or something, and only came to my kitchen once to have breakfast with me. And I was very depressed because she and Jimmy worked the whole time, and she ignored me. She just absolutely snubbed me and ignored me, wouldn't have anything to do with me until I took a picture of her in a space uniform with her breasts hanging out.
And then she got like 200 likes on Facebook.
Yeah, right. So that's it. I'm only her breast elevator.
There you go.
That's all I am to you, Eileen, is just the guy that lifts your boobs, takes pictures of them. Because you didn't have breakfast. Well, first of all, she's on a diet, and she's drinking some kind of a crap.
I drink it too. I'm on the diet too.
That made her lose a lot of weight, so I forgave her for not having breakfast with me. But I waited so long for have breakfast with her.
I lost 10 pounds in 12 days, which is pretty freaking good.
Right. And Eileen has lost weight. Anyway, I used to like having breakfast with her because I loved watching her lift her boobs.
She says she loves you, and
I love her back, but she's mean to me. Mean to me. Why must you be mean?
That's a
to
song I'm gonna
me?
sing to you once in a while.
Gee, honey, can't you see? I'm all alone and crying, and I don't know why. But you come home.
Danielle, Bruce says he has a
Late
special
night.
folder for all your snatch shots.
I'm sure. And some of them you scratch.
Danielle, we're making you famous.
And some of them you scratch them and they smell.
Yeah, scratch and sniff.
Scratch and sniff, snatch, shot.
well, it smelled delightful then.
I could make a fortune if I could sell a scratch and smell snatch cards. Do you know how many guys would
She said
buy?
you guys went shopping though. Ron and Eileen bought a piano while they went shopping.
Yeah,
Now we have an upright, nice, beautiful piano in our living room.
but I miss my other piano I had, which was a electric piano. You know, the kind of rock and roll people use.
Oh yeah, we have one of those too in the garage.
Right, but I love my rock and roll piano. That's good if I go on tour.
What are you gonna do on tour?
Whip out my milk carton and make a puppet out of it.
Yeah.
Make it look like a circus clown or it the clown. Right?
They're talking about you taking Snapchat selfies with your yellow car. And my secret to weight loss, Jimmy, is Eileen bought this stuff and it's called the keto. Eileen, what's that shit called? I forgot. It's like some kind of keto milkshake drink, and I drink one for breakfast and one for lunch, and then I just eat dinner regular, and And I lost 10 pounds. Just don't cheat in the daytime and you lose weight. I lost like a pound a day, every day.
Which is not healthy, but that's okay.
Yeah, but I lost 10 pounds in a week. It's Slim Fast Keto Diet milkshake drinks. They're expensive, 4 for $10. They come in chocolate and vanilla, but they
so
definitely
why don't
work.
they send us some now that you give them a major plug?
That's okay, but
this
one thing about it though, when you first take them, you guys, you have to go to the bathroom a lot. It totally gives you the runs.
Listen, you out there, milkshake people. If you're listening and you want us to promo your product, send us some for free. 4 for $10 is a lot of money.
Hub says he lost 18 pounds in 2 weeks on the keto diet before he came to New York City. It's worth the runs, you guys. It really is, even though...
Not necessarily. Not everyone gets the runs.
I know. I got the runs, and Ron's daughter got the runs, but Eileen didn't get the runs.
Oh, Leslie's using it?
She stopped because she couldn't handle the runs.
Oh, come on. She stopped. What another excuse.
It's a very, very, thing. But anyway, Twism wants to know how to gain weight. Twism, all you got to do is eat. Gaining weight's no problem. Anyway, we got to call our first guest. So, you guys, what we're going to do now is call our first guest. Her name's Katie Wallen. While we're calling her, we're going to play the trailer for her new film, Eternal Code, that was in theaters not too long ago. Ron and I went to the premiere. Do you guys have that?
I do.
How about you, Scotty J?
I'm looking.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, Eternal Code. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Eternal Code theatrical trailer.
Yep.
So how about on enjoy, you guys? So this is Eternal Code, starring Harley Wallen, Katie Wallen, Richard Tyson, Billy Wirth, Scout Taylor Compton, and Jan Birch. It's a great movie. We went and saw it. It's available now. Here's the trailer for it. Enjoy.
Let's drop the subject down another 2 degrees. And let's slow the heartbeat and the breathing down.
Downloading the brain and then planting that in another host brain.
They're selling this technology to the highest bidder, and I will not be moved. I vote no.
These are some of the most powerful people in the world. She's about to spoil their attempt at life everlasting.
The richest of the rich have their fountain of youth.
This could give them a new body, a new life.
If you don't change your position, I can't protect you.
We're breaking so many laws right now, Oliver.
Get it done. Understood? There's $5 million in it for you and your boys.
My parents, our men came to my house. Please don't do this.
What happened here? Family's missing.
The whole family is missing.
I'm gonna help. I need to know what you know.
I will let them go as soon as we complete the merge. In her absence, the board has the authority to cast her vote.
The purpose of this technology was never so that we could play God.
This thing is way bigger than either you or I.
Don't worry about the odds too much.
Hang on one sec.
All right, guys, we're back. We are live.
All right, everybody, that was Eternal Code. And now we want Katie to say something. Say something so we can see if we can hear you.
Hey, guys.
There you go. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the fabulously gorgeous and talented Kate. Oh, my gosh, I messed up her name. Jesus Christ. I got to do it again.
No, her name is not Jesus Christ.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the fabulously talented and gorgeous Katie Wallen. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let me introduce you to everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hey, darling. Have you any idea at how good of an actress you are?
Thank you for that.
No, I'm serious. You know, I'm not a fan of horror movies. Some of them stink and the acting is atrocious. And I wish they would rehearse and have longer shooting schedules and bigger budgets. But you, my darling, did a beautiful job in the movie that we saw you in.
We saw her in 2.
Well, you're a natural actress, and that's what I like about you. You're not reading lines for a change. Now, did Wallen have...
Wait. We got to introduce her to everybody. We are going too fast.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
So now we want to introduce you. We fight all the time. Don't worry about it. So then you got... we want to introduce you to our man behind the boards in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia. That's Scotty J. You can't see him. You can just hear him.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, Katie, what's going on?
Not much.
Yay! And
enjoying hanging out with you guys.
Yay! And then we've got the girl behind the boards, and she's in Wellington, Florida. Say hi to Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Oh, that voice.
Danielle, your voice gets better every week, I
It
swear.
gets sexier, especially when beautiful women come on. You really use the sexy voice.
Now we have a chat room. We have a chat room full of people, and
nice.
so say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Well, I think Angela Joseph is in the chat room because she's Jane Doe. Hey, Angela, how you doing? So, all right, everybody. So now we have
Angie,
Katie Wallen.
Hey, listen, Katie. How much of your terrific performance is Harlan's? What does he train you?
It's Harley.
Kicking? Harley. What did I say?
Harlan, that's a different one.
Harley. I'm sorry, Harley. I know you well. I know. I'm sorry.
Funny.
How much of Harley has trained you? Because he's a fine actor. He's a good actor.
Yes, he is a fine actor. You know, a lot of this is really, as you guys know, we're married. But our lives are revolved around all this stuff. It's not just us. Our children are getting exposed to this stuff too. But we talk about acting all the time. We watch movies all the time. Meisner, Stanislavski, different styles and all that. We live for this stuff. We breathe this stuff. Like, this is why we're chasing our dreams, is because we really have this thing that really has absorbed and has transformed into something beautiful, right? So when you ask me this question, I say all the time, like Harley and I, we work with each other and talk about this stuff all the time.
So how many kids do you have? You have a little boy, right?
We have 2 little girls.
I saw a picture with Harley with a child, and I don't remember what it was, but I remember when I looked at it thinking, oh my God, that's like the most beautiful child I've ever seen. It had to be one of yours because you guys are both beautiful. So the children have to be
I want
gorgeous.
to pay Harley a compliment. When we have to go red carpet and critique a Harley film, I like going. Some of these films I go to, friends of mine made them, and I hate to say anything bad about them, so I don't write about them at all. But Harley's films. And
That's a good friend, though.
Harley's films and you really are good. Now, I forgot her name, but I'm crazy about her. The blonde lead in your film.
This last one, the mother, Bridget. Is
The one-
that who? The mother.
Yeah, the mother. The lady who was in Eternal Code. She was the lady who that they were
with the
trying to go
brain.
after her family.
Right.
Erica Hovland. And a shout
Yes,
out to
Erica,
you,
that's-
Erica, because
yes.
you are a phenomenal actress. Well, she's from Canada, but she lives here in Michigan. She's a local Michigan actor.
She is fabulous, and at your red carpet, she came dressed like an Audrey Hepburn. She looked like Hollywood class. She looked breathtaking, and I couldn't help but tell her that and photograph her. And I said to her, you are Hollywood personified. This is Hollywood that I remember 40, 50 years ago. Now I see her in the film, and she's a fine actress. I got to tell you, that's an interesting movie with a very interesting concept. You know, Jimmy, after seeing that movie, begged me for my brain, but I wouldn't give it to him.
Hang on, we should tell everybody. So we're talking about Eternal Code right now because recently Ron and I went to
I
LA.
loved it. I loved it.
Harley and Katie and everybody was in LA for the premiere. It was fabulous. It stars, besides Harley and Katie Wallen, it's also got Erica in it, and it's got Richard Tyson, Scout Taylor Compton. You guys know her from Rob Zombie's Halloween. Jan Birch from The People Under the
love
Stairs.
Jan Birch.
Bailey Worth from The Lost Boys. I mean, it's got an amazing cast.
Yeah, let's not forget Jan. Jan Birch
Yes.
is probably the most unusually handsome man. He's got a look about him that's not normal, but it's stunningly handsome. Don't you agree?
I would agree.
Extremely handsome, but not in the conventional sense of, Rock Hudson handsome.
Kind of like when they picked all the women on America's Next Top Model, like back in the day.
Yeah.
They would pick people, and you would be looking at them like they're beautiful, but they're not like your classic blonde or
Well,
whatever.
like
beautiful.
Sophia Loren. Sophia Loren, if you took all of her features, she was a mutt. But put them together, she was a beauty. I worked with her. I made a movie with her when she was 26 years old, and I was 19. So I saw Sophia for 3 or 4 days in a row without makeup, and she was no beauty. She looked like an eagle or a bird. But after they made her up, she was magnificently beautiful. And that's kind of like Jan. He's that sort of unusual handsome and a fine actor and a sweetheart of a person. I like him a
definitely
lot.
a sweetheart of a person. And Victoria, his wife,
love her.
She's
a doll. We love her too. So I look forward to seeing the both of them at all the red carpets. Now tell me one thing, quick and honestly, what role do you really want to play? What's your fantasy role?
Salt. Angelina Jolie.
Yes. It's a
Salt.
great role.
I never saw
It's a great movie. It's an action. So you want to be like an action heroine person.
I think that stuff is so cool. Kill Bill is cool, but I like Salt because it's more like it's not quite as dark. I mean, it's dark, but it's just not quite as bloody. You know, it doesn't have to be bloody.
See you doing that though. I could totally see you be like an action heroine.
And it's beautiful. You know, Angie, I know Angie for years. She grew up in my house with my daughter, Deirdre. We lived around the corner from each other in Beverly Hills. And Angie and Deirdre went to school together. They hung out together. And Angie used to be in my house every afternoon, running up and down the stairs, driving everybody crazy. And I would make her peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So I'm just dying to run into her to say, hey, Ange, come on our show. You know what? Angelina Jolie, for everybody out there, stop the nasty stuff. Stop saying how rotten she is and how mean she is and what a bitch she is. I've seen her over the years, and this lady is not a bitch. This lady is a kind, good-hearted, ultra-generous, money giving away for everybody. She believes in helping people. So stop on Facebook saying evil things about her.
She was great in Maleficent.
Gorgeous.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, yeah, it's so good.
I need to.
Would you have liked to have played Maleficent?
I like the nicer side of fairy tales. So like not Maleficent.
No, Maleficent.
Snow White. You could be Snow White.
Not Snow White.
Cinderella.
She's too sexy. She's too sexy.
Oh goodness.
I saw the dress you had on at the red carpet. Magnificent.
Oh goodness.
Oh, that
thank you.
I told you, didn't I tell you the dress was
told
outrageous?
me.
It was when she turned around and you saw the back of that dress. Boy, the cameras were flashing.
We should actually tell everybody. So first of all, you guys, because Katie has has a lot of films that are out that she's in, but the two that we went to the red carpets for were Eternal Code and Betrayed. And in Betrayed also has John Savage, Richard Tyson, Billy Wirth, T.J. Storm, and Jan Birch. And she has a fabulous role in it. And those are the two times that we've had an opportunity to see her working and see what a fine actress she actually is. And you also write some of these different films that you're in, don't you? Because I saw on your IMDb, you're like a co-writer on some of them.
Yes, but Harley does most of this process, but I'm right there next to him, and I am his soundboard. And when we talk about all this stuff together. So, when he has an idea, he'll bounce it off me. We work with it. We see where it can go, and with character development, I'm a part. So I really love the creative output on that. It's nice.
I love it. Like in 10 years, you guys are going to be like. I don't know. Whoever the big power couples are now.
Less than 10 years. They're already the power couple. Now let's talk about the two movies that I saw. The first movie was about the kidnap.
The girl trafficking, sex trafficking.
Sex trafficking.
Yes, human trafficking.
Human trafficking, yes.
And then I saw the one with the switching the brain. I like switching the brain much better. What do you think about the both films? Which did you like better?
They're both hers. She's gonna like them both.
No, not necessarily.
I do love them both, but I will say that Betrayed holds a special place in my heart. When I was going through the process of going through that character and even deciding on being that character, because Harley and I were not seeing eye to eye on who I should play, and
I know that.
A fit, truth, believability, and all the stuff that we have to take into consideration. And he kept saying the same thing over and over again. The role that I liked a lot, I just didn't fit. And there's so much that I can bring to the table to the character that I did play. And she's a very hard character to jump into without because she has a lot of baggage, and you have to be able to separate yourself and pull yourself away from what she's dealing with and be able to live a normal life after that.
You
know,
actually speak
healthy.
like a real actress. I love
You
it.
did a good job. I've been in a couple of shitteroos, movies that I don't even want to give you the title because they're so bad. One in particular, I mean, the film should have been burned, but it never was.
Oh my goodness.
And so I'm honest about myself when I work in a film. I just finished a film which should be out in January, February, a Churchill film. That I think is probably one of the better films. So I'm honest about my films. We have one coming out called Clown Fear. It's supposed to come out Halloween, but now they just pushed it back to February, I believe. A Clown Fear. Anyway.
And she's not saying a word.
I don't like clowns. There's two things I do not like in scary movies, and
Scary
it's puppets and clowns.
Right.
Oh my gosh!
too.
See, like I love.
Have
those.
you seen it?
I
yet?
hate those. I cannot
you see
sleep.
it?
Have you seen it?
Not the new one.
Okay, you have to
The
see
new
it.
one is kind of Disney. It's not so scary. The first one was better.
I wasn't a fan of the first one though, but it was like cheesy too because it was like, made a while ago and it just doesn't look right now. So it kind of throws me away from the story too.
Oh my
It's like
God.
I have to
Really-
laugh at the effects.
No, you have to see them though. They're
The,
fabulous.
the movie that I was in, Clown Fear, started off as a spoof, and I was supposed to play a gay minister that was wild and flamboyant. But the minute, what do you call it? Grab hold of it. Who was it?
No, you don't say. You can't say that.
Oh, well, anyway, the distributing company grabbed hold of it and they wouldn't allow it. The gay had to go and the flamboyance had to go, and we had to do the script per letter, which is not how I work. I like to have freedom of the script because a lot of times the writers write a character that I don't believe is real. If you're playing a mafia hitman,
That's right.
you're not going to say, "Oh gosh, I have a headache. I must go to a doctor." You're not going to say that. You're going to say, "Oh, my fucking head's killing me. I got to see a doctor." So you have to somehow tell the writer that you don't know every character in the world. I specialize in playing tough guys and mafia and wise guys. So I know that backwards. Some writers just don't get it. And the delivery stinks. But when you work for certain distributing companies, they do not allow it. And that puts braces on your brains. So what do you feel
It
about
put braces on the project.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
You should be able to have so the writer should be able to look at this and say, yes, this is my baby, but these people are bringing their talents to the table. Let them put a piece of them on this. So that way, when you look at the big picture and everybody has done their part, you're able to step back and say, yes, this is the team that brought this together. The writer should not put such a strong hold of a leash on the actors because it takes away from their expression.
Yeah, I think
I
so
agree
too.
with you. Now, does Harley allow you to improvise and be the character?
Yes, he does. It's about being the character.
That's why you're such a good actress. See, I recognized it right away. When you put braces on the brains of an actor, you don't have an actor anymore. You have a line reader. There was something in this movie that I just finished where I was supposed to say the place, and I said, no, I'm from Brooklyn. I got to say the Joint. And the director said, but nobody knows what the word Joint means. I said, well, let them look it up. Because, in Brooklyn.
It's a different word. I don't even know, but I would go and look it up.
Well, it's joint. A joint is a dump, a dive. But with the Brooklyn accent, it's a joint. So but the line that follows the word, I can't use the line because I'll get in trouble. But the line that I'll use a different line. Let's go over and eat in that dirty joint. Now you'll know that the joint means a store, whatever, restaurant, whatever. The line follows the word. And I had difficulty with it. Now, without realizing, and I didn't do it intentionally, when I delivered the line, I said joint. And I hope they left it in because it's so Brooklyn.
Who knows?
Well,
let's go. Go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
No. It just saying that though, because I mean, it's good to have some truth and facts in this stuff. So people that know about it will look at it and say, yeah, they actually tried You know, you watch a fight scene and it looks sloppily coordinated. You can tell especially if it's like a bar fight or a fight in a cage, right? They're different.
It's corny. It's bad. Now, do you
hang on.
Oh, you want to answer?
Yeah, well, I want to talk a little bit.
It's okay. It's just that I'm so interested in her career because she's a fine actress. If they're shitty actresses, I'll let you talk.
So first of all, we want to talk because
she's a very intelligent.
Keep a note on that, guys.
We have to promote some.
No, you're an intelligent actor. So is your husband. I love talking to him also because if you talk to him, you get a full conversation of what it's all about. He doesn't look over your shoulder to see the next person he wants to talk to. Harley gives you 100% of his attention, and I respect him. I do.
So I think the first time that we had Harley on was for Bennett's song, which you're in Bennett's song also, correct?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I find that's amazing about you guys, and that's how I know it must be phenomenal when you working with you guys and all the people you guys work with, because number one, a lot of actors go into a second movie, and number two, the actors all show up for your premieres, which never happens in other people's movies ever. Like we went, I never saw Bennett's song. But when we were at the Betrayed premiere, Tara Reid and Dennis Haskins were there, and they weren't in it, but they were in another movie, and they still showed up to support everything that you were doing. And actors and actresses don't do that unless you guys are amazing. They would never do that.
No, they want to be in a Harley film, so they
They're already in them,
they kiss ass a little.
They're already in them, though. So I think it's amazing. And
they want to. You know, I see so many wannabe actors and actresses at these red carpets, and how they kiss up to these producers and directors. It's so like obvious and corny. And I think to myself, you know, kids, you're never going to get anywhere doing that. The only way you're going to get a director interested in you is to show you're real. And if your reel is good and they think you're good for something, they'll hire you. So girls, you don't have to rub your fake boobies all over him. And guys, you don't have to promise you'll give him head later. So just let it be talent. Let it be talent.
So do you, because you have a bunch of movies. First of all, you have another movie. I don't know when Agramon's Gate's coming out.
I cannot wait.
I
cannot wait.
We don't have a set date, but we know it's February.
Okay, so you guys, Agramon's Gate also is a Harley film, and Katie and Harley are in it. Also, Lorene Landon and Jan Birch are on it, who are two of our favorites.
Lorene is my dearest friend. You know that.
Oh, yes.
We're like brother and sister. And I have never seen Lorene's work. I have never seen
She is so good. She's so good. We had a couple of scenes together, and these scenes, I had goosebumps and chills like through the whole scene. We were so on point, and she has a presence that is so like, because I love her. I love her as a person. She's such a sweetheart, but she's brought this creepiness factor into this character, and it's just like, I was like, oh my, I felt it. Did you guys feel it? Everybody around felt it, right?
I haven't seen the movie.
I saw the preview.
Oh, you'll see it. You'll see it, and you'll feel it.
I'm going to the red carpet. Now, listen, the other great actress that I worked with, who's another dear friend, is Sadie Katz.
Do you guys know Sadie Katz? I don't know if you know Sadie.
I was a minister marrying Sadie Katz to this guy in Las Vegas, okay? And the guy turns around and he said, I'm not marrying you. You're a fucking whore. And I jumped back because I didn't know rehearsal, and I had no idea he was going to say that. And Sadie suddenly caved in and started to tremble and shake, and her eyes started to water up. And I thought, oh my God, I'm 2 feet from this woman. She's a brilliant actress. Brilliant. The way she handled that emotion. She didn't get angry. She didn't get offended. She got crushed. And I thought, and the director was crap, so he wasn't even directing her.
Oh my gosh.
She did this upon herself. She directed herself. Did you ever have to do that?
Well, you know what? What I love about Harley and I is that he knows when to step in and when to step back. Okay. Depending on the character, we do have conversations about all this stuff, about what he wants me to portray, and I ask questions, he answers, and I ask a little bit of backstory, and he gives his input, right? But he allows me to have the freedom to bring it where I want to bring it, but he does give, like, I need to know what the point is supposed to be. I need to know the point that's supposed to come across. Right?
Absolutely.
That part. So that way I go wherever I want in that box as long as I stay
Right.
in the box.
That's what I miss about film today. I started doing film in 1959. We took 6 months to shoot a movie. There were table readings, rehearsals, and then the shoot. And it gave the actor time to have character development.
Yes, character development is so
It's very important. They don't do that anymore. Now people come on the screen, say lines, and go off or get killed. There's no who gives a shit. I go to these
a lot of shallow scripts and a lot of shallow characters.
Important because once love the character by our listen, we have to do it a little differently to make the film better. Your films are very one-dimensional. They're not three-dimensional. Years ago, we understood the woman came in off a boat. She was a foreigner. She has a cripple. She was crippled because a horse and carriage got her in London because her husband threw her under it. Understand? So we learned. Now we feel sorry for this poor crippled bitch whose husband threw her under a wagon. And we sympathize with her. They don't do that anymore. How can you on a 10-day shoot? How can you on a 10 without a rehearsal?
That stuff as a director, the whole film project, you need to set a time frame for each piece. You have pre-production. Give yourself so much time for that active production. How many table reads do you need? How many of these people are from the state? So, for instance, we do our casting calls. Well, most of our casts are locally Michigan, about 95%. And we bring in a couple of Hollywood actors that we fly in. We take them to they're at a nice hotel here in Michigan. So all of this is being shot in Michigan, okay? We have 2, 3, sometimes 4 table reads. Bennett's Song, there was music pieces. They had practices. They had these rehearsals on recording it to make sure that everything sounded right before they went on and recorded. They did all sorts of things, these meetings to have chemistry, build chemistry, meet with your actor, the partners that you have in your scenes, and just figure out what is supposed to mesh and what isn't, the dynamic in your relationship. I mean, it's so important.
That's why your indie films are so much better than all the other ones we go see,
your films are the closest to the films of years ago. When I was in That Kind of Woman, I played a soldier with Sophia Loren and Tab Hunter. Okay, Tab Hunter was gay, but that's not the point. He was very young at the time and young looking. Sophia was 26, built like a brick shit house, and looked 35. I mean, she looked mature always. Sophia never looked like a girl. She was always a woman. And Tab Hunter, years later, he became my friend, and we talked about it. And he said, I was very uncomfortable trying to make love to Sophia on screen because I felt like a little boy and she was my mother or an aunt. And I said, well, how'd you overcome it? He said, well, I spoke to Sophia every time we shot the scene, and I said, Sophia, maybe you could kiss me a little less passionately and more tenderly, or however they worked it out. And now if you see the film now, the love is equal. You don't see a young boy kissing an older woman. And that's what they have to do in the love scenes. Because love scenes today, they stick their tongues in each other's mouth, and that's supposed to be the love scene. No. There's eye contact. There's cheek contact. There's a pouring out of emotion. There's a connection.
I actually think that you guys are going to. I think you guys
revolutionize.
That was the word I was going to use. I think you guys are revolutionizing the film industry,
the crappy film industry,
by putting out a good product. I mean, Ron's done four films, relatively recently. There wasn't a table read on one of them. Like nobody knew it. None of the actors even know each other.
You know what?
Yeah, that stuff.
I went on the set of one of them. And I had to go over to the window, look out of the window, then open the door and deliver my line. Well, when I opened the door, I said, "What the hell are you doing here?" It was a Royal Mountie.
See, you want to know why?
Wait a minute. Yeah, but let me finish. He was a Royal Mountie. He was supposed to be the exterminator. So here I'm ready to deliver my line to the exterminator because of a script screw up.
Wow. See,
Now,
that's crazy.
That wasted time.
Yeah. See, here's the thing though, because you're asking about how we had the actors at the premiere. These actors are coming to the premiere because we've built relationships with these people. We've developed a family out of this. We've developed a family, and it's whether you're in one film or, 4, doesn't matter. Like, these people are supportive and love what we're doing because they feel it too. We work off of each other, and we really we tell them, look, this is what we're bringing to the table. This is what you are expected to bring to the table. Okay. With the whole process, with the crew, with the actors, our sound and audio people, we talk to them like this is an opportunity for you to showcase what you can really do.
But that's another thing. On my first shoot of my first movie after 30 years of being out of because I did McMillan and Wife, Charlie's Angels, a lot of Universal work on TV. And now I retired because I had to raise 2 children and alone. And I went on and I said to the director, where are my marks? He said, oh, you don't have any. I said, there are no marks? How do I know? I don't want to step out of camera. He said, oh, no, the camera's up. They're shooting you on a photo lens, and the camera, I don't know, was in Chicago somewhere.
Going to follow you around.
The camera was in Chicago, and they follow you with the camera. I can't work that way because if I don't know where the camera is, how do I know the camera is the audience. And if I can't romance the camera, I'll never romance the audience. So if I don't know where the camera is, I'm walking around bewildered. No marks.
And you want to be able
and no
to
rehearsals.
Yeah,
no rehearsal.
That's not,
yeah. Good morning, Ron. Okay, we're doing scene 7. It's a joke. Anyway, I'm going to be in Clown Motel 2. And Angie, you're in the chat room right now, my sweet love. And Joe Kelly and I have spoken, and Joe Kelly agrees with a lot of the stuff that I'm saying. So I think when we shoot Motel 2, it's going to be a very good film.
So I want to go back to Katie, though. All right, so you guys just got Eternal Codes, Agramon's Gates coming out. What about Abstruse? Is that already been shot?
Abstruse, yeah, it's releasing November 1st.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Abstruse is releasing November 1st. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, really excited about that one.
Are you having a premiere in LA for that?
No, we had a premiere here in Michigan a few years ago because this film was actually shot 3 years ago.
Okay. So
when
you
we
just
first
got your distribution worked out.
It could have been 2 years. It could have been 2 years ago. Gosh, I'm having a brain fart now. But no, it was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. No, we had stuff with the distribution done a while ago, but they wanted to. It took us a while to really make our decision on that one because we have Tom Sizemore in that film.
Yes, Tom Sizemore and Dennis Haskins.
Dennis Haskins, yeah, great. Both of them are great, and we had to slow some things down with that one because we had, with the issues with the Me Too movement and stuff. This is a subject that is pretty touchy because it's, the sick-minded people that are getting away with murder. Sick-minded people getting away with murder. People that are influenced with money and power and politics and whatever, being able to get away with some grimy stuff. So it's a pretty cool subject, but it's
OJ.
We actually went to an Oscar party with Tom Sizemore.
I love Tom Sizemore. He's a funny guy.
Awesome. He's a funny guy.
Very funny. We got along really great. I call him like my new buddy. But what's in the future? I know you're not. This is another thing I can't stand about the business nowadays. Years ago, we had pre-publicity. While you were shooting a film, you would talk about it, go on television, talk shows. Yes, I'm currently shooting a movie. It's called this and that, and this is what it's about. Nowadays, you have to sign documents saying you will never mention the movie while you're shooting it, and the title is secret. And I thought, what the hell is that all about? Why? They're afraid they're going to steal the piece of shit? You're lucky you could sell it, let alone have anybody steal it.
Depending on it, yeah. Depending on the project.
really, it's not gone with the fucking wind, So I really get crazy from this. I think they would make a lot more money if they would allow the actors to talk about the film while they're shooting
I
it.
think it depends on what kind of film and who it is, because some films you do
Yeah.
talk about it, and some films you don't. Just
Every-
you haven't been in it.
every film.
Just
I
all
mean-
the ones you're in don't get to be talked
I mean,
about.
Jesus Christ, I think Gone with the Wind. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, this film, nobody wants it.
So tell us about Bennett's Song. Isn't there a sequel to Bennett's Song getting worked on?
Yes, we have one coming out called Bennett's Song Holiday. We actually have, I believe it's 6 deaf actors that are really
That's awesome.
deaf
That's awesome.
playing in this.
How are you going to work that one? Wow.
We had interpreters on set at all times. It was an awesome experience.
I would imagine it would be. I would love to have seen that.
It was fascinating actually because I'm deaf in one ear, so I've always thought like, oh my gosh, if I lose hearing in my other ear, I don't know how to do sign language, right? So to kind of see them in their lifestyles just being blended into what we do on set, it was cool because I mean you have to change things around, you know.
Yeah.
But it's also like, wow, here we all are together being able to do this and accomplish this.
But how do they know when the other actor's delivering the line?
They watch their mouth.
They
that
watch
have
their
to-
mouths.
Oh, so
And
there's
they
no.
also had an interpreter on set telling them exactly what was going on.
So they don't have any like, I speak to you with my back to you.
No, you couldn't do that.
You couldn't do that.
You couldn't do that.
We have very sweet friends that are deaf.
Jeffrey Dupree.
Yeah, we love him. You know Jeffrey Dupree?
He's an actual
I do
talent.
not.
We meet him. He came to Mars Rocks, our event that we had on
Yeah,
Friday,
and
he
I know
helped.
him from before.
And
up at Whalen. Oh, that's another genius, by the way.
no, don't. Hang on.
Your husband is a genius, but so is Marcel Waltz. Have you seen
Marcel Waltz.
Have you seen Blind yet?
I have not.
Oh my God, you must see Blind. You must.
I have a list now.
No,
I'll have
it's
to
one
say,
of the
Blind.
best. One of the best movies I have seen. Sarah French is in it. I didn't think Sarah French could ever act because she was always naked. So when we were driving in, I said to Jimmy, Sarah French can't carry a movie. It's going to be a bomb. Bullshit. 10 minutes into the film, Sarah French was an actress. Fabulous.
Wow.
She's won 5 awards already.
More than that.
More than that. The film is won.
The film wins every horror.
Every
convention it
horror
goes to.
award. It's winning all over the place.
That's awesome.
The concept is fabulous. Gorgeous movie star has eye surgery, goes blind, lives alone. A stalker moves into her house without her knowing it.
Oh.
And he's watching her shower. He's
Obsessed with her.
and he's watching her in bed, and he follows her all over the house. I won't tell you the rest of the plot. It's not a horror movie. Oh, it's a
Thriller
wonderful
film.
wonderful thriller. And Marcel is a fabulous director.
Anyway, going back though, Jeffrey Dupree is a deaf friend of ours who's in the entertainment industry, and he just launched his own talent agency. He's really cool, and his wife is deaf, and
is a
she's gorgeous.
sweetheart. She's a sweetie pie.
It's
The
cool.
nicest people in the world.
So let's go back though. Okay, so we got Bennett's Song coming out. We have Abstruse is coming out November 1st. Agamemnon's Gates coming out in February. Let's do some hypotheticals. So you would want to be Salt in Salt.
Yeah.
If you could work with any opposite any male actor, and it can't be Harley, and he understands. So if you pick another cute guy, it's okay. Who would you want to like? Who's your like bucket list? I want to work with male actor, and who's your bucket list? I want to work with female actress.
You know, okay, all right. So as for female, I love Meryl Streep. Her and Glenn Close are my favorites.
Everyone says that.
I like Helen
I am
Mirren.
sorry, but I believe that those two, they just really bring a truth to their performance.
I like
that's
Glenn
so,
Close.
like, she can really suck you in. And as for the males, there's Robert De Niro, I know, right? Al Pacino, and oh my gosh, and I can't. And I had a huge crush on him in Titanic. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo. Yeah, he's good. You know that Al Pacino can't remember lines anymore? So he has a plug in his ear, and they hook him up to Bluetooth, and they read him his lines.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to get one. No, seriously, because lots of times, I'm going to be 80 in May, and at 80 you get a little weary. You're not so sharp anymore, and it's difficult for me to remember lines if I have a lot of speeches to say. So it's good to put the little plug in second ear thing. Nobody knows, So if ever, you have a problem, just stick an earplug in if your hearing is not so hot. Because my hearing's not so hot. And I was on the set of Clown Fear, and I'm standing there waiting for my feed line, and the director came over to me and said, Ron, why aren't you talking? I said, well, he didn't give me my feed line. He said, yes, he did about an hour ago.
Oh my goodness.
Couldn't hear it.
I couldn't hear it. So what we did was, one of the wonderful actors, my Augie, I know Augie, don't you?
You got to remember, she doesn't live here.
I know, but everybody in business knows everybody.
No, they
Anyway,
don't.
she said to me, look, because she was in the bridal party. I was the minister marrying them. She said, just look to me, Ron, and I'll go like this. And that means the line has been delivered. but I did hear him. I did hear him.
You guys have basically, though, set up your whole, like, movie-making, like, facility. You're kind of like Tyler Perry, did it in Atlanta. You guys are doing it where you live.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely bringing some energy here. There's a lot of people here that are so talented that it's just like, goodness, it's rewarding to say that we are a part of this with them, but it's just cool to see how much talent is actually here because of all of this energy and stuff that we're, putting out with this, it's great.
I know.
Now tell me quickly, how did Harley land you? Because you are not only sexy, beautiful, with a great body, extremely intelligent, and a good actress. Now, what the hell did he do to make you fall in love with him?
Okay, this is hilarious. So I was bartending through college, okay, at the Emerald Ballroom. Have you ever heard of that? The Emerald Ballroom, the Emerald Theater?
No.
It's actually where Jeff Goot from the X Factor used to play all the time.
Okay.
In a band, and also Kid Rock used to play there. You know who Kid Rock is?
Yeah.
But it's a local spot where a lot of musical acts have been a part. If you know who Critical Bill is by any chance, they're a local thing here. But I was bartending there, and Harley was in a fashion show that my bar was hosting. He was modeling in a fashion show.
He was modeling?
Yeah.
I love it. Nobody knows that.
I cannot wait to see him. Oh,
that is funny. Yeah, I know. But it's funny. I was actually asked if I wanted to be a model in it, and I said I'd rather make the money. I'm already working, and I was working the VIP bar up on top, which was the bar that the models hung out at. So.
Oh, so then he came over and started talking to you.
Pretty much. I had a really long line, and he cut up right in front and just started talking to me.
Now, did you like him at the very beginning, or did you not like him at the beginning?
You know what? We kind of knew who each other were because the industry here is small, and we both were already a part of it before we officially met. But he gave a strong presence of, being confident in himself, and you could see that in just the way that he held himself, and it was attractive. I'm attracted to that with him. He has
Harley is
his
a man.
own swagger.
He's a man's man. That's
He
what
is a
they
man's
call
man.
a man's man. Harley is very masculine, very butch, very tough, and I could see how he could be appealing
He's very handsome,
to
too.
a beautiful little girl, because you're a little girl.
We are 20 years apart in age.
No, I mean tiny in person.
Oh, tiny, yes. I'm a very tiny girl.
You're a very
I'm
tiny
a dainty
girl.
thing.
Dainty.
No, but you have a good body, hourglass body.
Thank you.
We have a 20.
No, you have a beautiful ass.
24
you
year
have beautiful
difference.
boobs. You have a beautiful, and I'm gay, so I'm not hitting on you. I'm just talking about it. As how gay guys look at women. Some have fat asses, some have rolls. They look like shit. But you have a beautiful body for a woman. No, you really do.
Well, thank you.
You wear that dress beautifully that you wore to the.
Everybody was turning their heads.
Everybody.
Not a single person wasn't like staring you down.
So I could see what Harley was interested in. Really wasn't your brain at first.
But I'm sure it's a plus since he's an intelligent guy and you're an intelligent girl.
I'm smart. I'm street smart. Harley's intelligent. We tend to complement each other very well in our personalities.
That's the way we are too. He's street smart and I'm book smart.
After Harley took inventory of the bod, he then discovered the brain. And I think that's why he fell in love with you, because he adores you.
So how long have you been together?
He really loves you.
We have, our goodness. our 7-year is coming up this year. Our 7-year wedding anniversary.
We just had our 8-year last week.
Nice. Well, congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations for you too.
Thank
Where did you go to school? Where did you go to school? Where were you going to school?
Chicago.
Oh,
No, I'm in the Detroit area. I grew up just outside of Romeo. I graduated from Romeo High School. I started going to Macomb Community College, went there for a while, and then I decided I wanted to be a myomassageist. I'm not sure if you know what that is.
What is that?
It's advanced massage therapy. It's the more medical approach of massage and how it can help the body, because it can.
Yes.
But it's it was a program, and I fell in love with it, and I found a passion in it, and I want to help people. And I'm told all the time, and it sounds crazy right now, but I've been told that I have magic hands because people feel better after I help them. Oh,
Harley said,
don't make it dirty.
I'm not. Harley said my wife has magic hands. He did. He said he sits on them all the time. But listen, please do me a favor. Take off your glasses. I want everybody to see how beautiful you are.
You're hilarious.
Now look how beautiful she is. You know, men don't make passes at girls that wear glasses. Did you know that?
She's married anyway. So
I know.
Have you ever heard that? Have you ever actually? She's so young.
Have
She
you
probably
ever
never even
heard
heard that.
that
Have you ever
saying?
heard that saying?
No, I have not.
Yeah,
That's an old time saying.
Men don't make passes at girls that wear glasses.
So you're married, so put them back on.
Look how beautiful she is. But I just wanted them to see her. Beautiful.
You're so sweet, though. You're funny, but you don't have to.
Oh, you know, it's just part of the biz. I did stand-up comedy for 45 years. I know all the clubs. And, you know, I've been in the business 58 years, sweetie. You learn some shit in 58 years.
I'm sure
you know.
you do.
Oh, you
I'm
do.
putting my glasses back on, though, so I can see.
Okay, go ahead.
When you're in the business 58 years, we'll talk.
You gotta like love it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. First of all, what are you on social media? People want to follow you. I know you don't really do Twitter because I looked at your Twitter and you haven't tweeted in a long time. So you don't really do Twitter. Do you do Instagram?
Yeah, I'm not Twitter. I do Instagram. Instagram is my place, and Facebook, and also, I'm getting into the Snapchat thing too, which is fun. But I will start getting better at Twitter. I need to get better at Twitter.
What is your Instagram? Is it just Katie Wallen?
It's just Katie Wallen Official. That's it.
Okay, Katie
Wallen
Official.
Katie Wallen Official, and Katie is Kaiti. But it's, pictures of Harley and I, pictures of our adventures and of our kids, and getting to know us in our lives.
I know. I'm Harley and I are friends on Facebook. I don't think you and I are, and we should be. This way, you could keep me posted on your moves, and I will. I'll push your movies, and I'll let everybody know that your film and your performances are so worth seeing. You're not going. Well, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I don't do that for anybody. I tell the truth. That's what I'm famous for. But I go to some of the. I went to a couple of. I won't even mention them. They're so bad. You must have heard of it. No, these films were dreadful. They were made with a cell phone, I believe, or something. Anyway, I went to one with Sadie Katz, and Sadie Katz just turned to me after 10 minutes. She said, "I love you, Ron, but I can't." And she got up and walked out. I couldn't do that. I had to sit through the friggin' film, and I was in agony.
No.
Oh, you know what that's like. You've been to a couple of those beauties. But, your films are good. Harley's very good. Harley is powerful. His work is powerful. His subject matter is powerful.
And I love how you guys are like a team and how you attack the whole thing as a team.
And I think he gets the best out of his actors. I think he really gets what he wants. He cares. A lot of these directors, they just say, do the film. They don't care. Harley will whip you to get what he needs.
And he will make you take and take and take and take until you get it. I'm serious. I've been the one where I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it took me how many takes until there was something that you even were remotely satisfied.
That's why your films are better than most.
That's why your films are very good.
Yeah, that's why your films are better than most. And I'm not lying. I will always go see any of your films gladly, with happiness. Because you know what other film I like? The one with the paintings.
She's not in that.
No, I know that.
Oh, Art of the Dead.
Art of the Dead. Have you seen Art of the Dead?
I have not.
That was another good one. And what's his name did a pretty good, Mike Grieco.
Richard Grieco.
Richard Grieco did a pretty good job on that film.
I'm gonna
Anyway.
have to check that one out.
Yeah, that one's a weirdo. That's another suspensey kind of. Only one scene I didn't like where they had a priest with a crucifix going up to the portrait that's spooky, like it was Dracula, and I thought that should have been edited out. Other than that, the film was good.
So anyway, you guys, well, don't you want to go see all the films? But if you only have time to see one or two, you want to go see Eternal Code, Betrayed, Bennett's Song, Abstruse comes out on November 1st. Agamon's Gate will be there in February, which
Gate
we'll
is
bring
the
you and
one.
Harley on maybe together, or maybe we can even do a cast show. We bring everybody from the cast on at one time.
I cannot wait.
And help promote it.
I
It'd be
can't
fun.
wait for Gate. I cannot wait for it.
Yeah,
I
we
keep
love it. So we
telling
want to.
Lorene that. When the fuck is this film coming out?
We've seen the trailer. I've seen the trailer like a million times, and I know you've won all kinds of awards for it as an actress.
How many
in it.
awards have you won?
I did. Thank you.
How many did you win?
You know what?
You don't know.
I don't know because I don't keep track of that. I don't care.
Oh,
I
you're
mean,
so
I do.
full of baloney.
It's great, but I really am like, oh, nice, thank you. It's a little bit of affirmation for the amount of work that I put into it. But you'd have to go check out my IMDb to find out how many awards I've won.
Okay,
I love that. All right, everybody.
Foxy, very foxy.
So that's Katie Wallen, everybody. Please give Harley our best, and you have a lovely family, and I wish you all the success in everything that you do.
And give Harley a big hug from me.
Yes, give Harley a big hug, and we'll see you
Hugs
soon.
to Harley.
We'll see
Awesome.
you
Bye,
soon.
guys. Thank you.
I'm happy I know you better now. So the next time I see you, when I hug you, I'll really mean it.
Yes. Same here. Same
Thanks,
here.
Katie.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
Bye.
sweetheart.
Bye.
Everybody
What a
chat. Everybody in chat room loves her.
Delightful woman.
Hannah Clyde was there, but she said she's got to go. Bye, Hannah. Angela is in there. Yes, she's talking about their soulmates. You guys really, Harley,
Angie, baby, when are you coming to California?
Harley and Katie are such really super talent, you guys, and their films are really a lot of fun. And they always work with people who have great careers. Billy Wirth is one of my favorites because The Lost Boys is like my favorite movie of all time, just about, and he's one of the stars of that. And he's in a lot of their films, and so you got to go check out all their stuff. And we can't wait for Agamon's Gate so we can see Jan Birch and Lorene along with Harley and Katie.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be a really dynamite movie, full of. It's a tough movie, and the movies that I'm discussing that I don't like are not movies that I'm in. They're movies that we went to see that I don't know who made them.
Yeah, we go to LA, you guys, for like red carpet premieres, and we
Forever.
go like we go 5, 6, 7 times a month, and so
So we see everything out
so we see
there.
everything that comes out, and some of them are good, some of them are okay, some of them are not so good, and some of them are like dog shit.
Right. But I wouldn't be in a film. I told Jimmy I don't intend to do any more films that I don't feel are quality. I mean, I don't need the money. I don't need the fame because I do this thing and I do a lot of stuff. So I'm not an egotistical maniac that needs to be a star, all that bullshit. I do a film because it's fun and I enjoy doing it. But no longer will I do films that, I mean, it's only really one. My film, the Churchill film, is a wonderful film, by the way. Can I use the name yet?
No.
Anyway, I see that sucks. Anyway, I play a Brooklyn Mafia. And the other film I haven't seen yet, so I don't know what that's like. But the first film I was in was a dog.
Oh, we don't know the date. We don't know the date, Angela. She wants to know what's the date for Agamon's Gate. She said in February, but she didn't give us a date.
February. So you'll come in for the premiere.
Yeah, she'll probably come in, which is awesome. Oh, and Pat Grant's joined us. Hey, Pat. I know I said I typed to Pat in there. Pat's in Canada. It's probably freezing. Welcome, Pat. We're happy to see you. All is good. Let's do a little commercial real quick. We want to let everybody know that you can hear the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell live every week from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific time or 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. Danielle and Scotty J. They don't say anything, of course, but they should. Let's just go, oh, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
There we go.
No, I'm supposed to say something.
They don't even dress me.
Yeah.
You see, I have a button open on my shirt and it looked terrible. Neither one of you said run on a break. Button up your shirt.
That's okay. You can also hear us on K4HD Radio in LA, Hit 1069 FM in New York, Jackalope Radio in St. Louis. We're on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Audio Boom, Podomatic, Spreaker, Apple TV, and Podbean. And on television, you can see us on YouTube, Celebra Media VIP Television, Comcast, Roku, and Vimeo. Yay! Whew.
We're all over the place like some disease.
Absolutely. And we're on about another 150 platforms, but I just picked out the biggest ones. Angela.
Spoken, kind, sweet, delicate human being.
Selfless. Totally selfless.
In Gate, she plays a wicked, tough bitch. And I cannot wait to see Lorene play totally opposite who she is in her real life.
You're talking about a different. You always get the movies mixed up.
Of course, I'm old.
That's it. And she plays the wicked, like drunk lady in.
No, she
Nation's
plays a
Fire.
tough motorcycle bitch in a Gate.
No, that's Nation's Fire.
Oh, Nations. I'm all screwed up.
In Agamot's Gate, she gets possessed by the devil, I think, or something.
Right. Then it's the one I'm talking about is the motorcycle.
Nation's Fire is going to be coming out at the beginning of the year.
Anyway, she's got a bunch of films coming out, and they're all good films. One, she plays what's his name's wife, and she's a drunk and evil
Nation's
bitch.
Fire. That's the Thomas Churchill film, Nation's Fire, and she plays Bruce Dern's wife.
Right. Then the other one.
And
with the
Agamot's Gate is the
motorcycle.
one that is the one with the motorcycle.
Okay. See, I don't know titles. They're too long, these fucking titles.
Nation's
Years ago,
Fire.
Love is a Many Splendid Thing was easy. Psycho, easy. Now these titles, Ottoman's Gate. Who the hell is Ottoman? Whatever it's called.
But I love it. Lauren is an angel of all angels. Everybody in the chat room likes her too, you guys. And she was so beautiful, you guys, at the Mars Rocks event. And she was so helpful, and she helped get press. She was just wonderful. She's like just the most wonderful person on the planet.
She is absolutely one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
And she does things, just because she's nice.
Yeah, she's a heart. I told her, I said, Lorene, if you turn out to be an evil bitch, I'm never going to talk to another person again. And she laughed. She said, I could never be that way. I said, I know, honey. You're such a sweetie pie. I love her.
I love her too.
Matter of fact, I want to have her out for dinner soon.
Absolutely. So now we're going to work on getting our next guest. So Scotty J, does it look like they're online, and did you get them?
Yep.
Okay, and are they online?
Yep.
Oh, I just lost, what happened? I just lost my thing here. Okay, so what we want to do then, you guys, is we're going to play Burn, which is the video from Drop Top Alibi, and then we're going to get them on the actual line while we're playing the video. How's that?
Sounds good.
So how about on Enjoy then? You ready to go, Scotty J?
Yep.
All right, everybody. Next up on the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, Toronto rock and roll superstars Drop Top Alibi. Here's their music video, Burn. Enjoy.
It's almost divine. Aphrodite herself can't compete. She's feeling the rhythm beneath all your feet. Starting a fire to burn out the sky. She don't care if you laugh or you cry. So come and play and watch her burn. She may never return. Burn it down to the ground. Baby, She's squeezing me tightly to make her feel fine. Starting a fire to burn out the sky. She don't care if you'll laugh or you'll cry. So come and hide and watch her burn. She may never return. Baby, burn it down to the ground. Baby, burn it down to the ground. Look at you dancing, you're moving so fine. A beauty so sublime, it's almost divine. Aphrodite, self can't compete. She's feeling the rhythm beneath all your feet.
Top Alibi, that was their music video for their single Burn. Now we've got two of the guys on the air. We're going to first make sure we can hear them. Say something, you guys, to make sure we can hear you.
What's going on, everybody?
Guys,
Hey.
good afternoon, good morning.
There you go. What time is it where you are?
It's 4:17.
Okay. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented two of the members of Drop Top Alibi, Brandon and Luke. Hello and welcome to the show.
How's it going, guys?
How's it going, guys?
It's going good. Let me introduce you to everybody, and then I got a quick question. But first off, we're going to start off. This is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell. Say hi, Ron.
Why do you have beards? You are so handsome. I'm looking at your video, shaven. Why do you want to look like the guy from the Wizard of Oz? What was he? The lion. You want to look like the lion from the Wizard of Oz. Why?
Yeah.
And you, the other one, you look like an Arab terrorist with that beard. You're both good looking. Shave, goddammit. Don't be, fashionistas that you have to be. Everybody and their mother has a beard today. Everywhere I look is a beard. I don't have a beard. You know why? I'm handsome.
Why?
I'm not covering this shit up. I'm gonna be 80 years old. I'm gonna shine and look good. I'm not gonna look like a fucking old man that came out of a nursing home with a beard. Oy.
First of all, I like the beards. You notice I have one. He doesn't say anything to me about mine because I've had it for like 7 years.
Because there's no point.
Yeah, but either way. So first of all, you guys got to introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in the band real quick, so everybody knows who's who.
My name is Luke. I'm the bass player. I sing a little bit sometimes.
I'm Brandon. I'm the lead singer. I play rhythm guitar. I do most of the dancing, but Luke holds it down pretty good as well. So,
and we want to
jack
give
of
a
all trades,
shout out.
kind of.
We want to give a shout out to the other two guys in the band. So say hi to them real quick.
Hey, Dylan. Hey, Jeff. Don't
There you
hurt
go. We
yourselves
missed
at
you.
work, eh?
That's right.
Sucks
We
to
missed
get
you
one.
guys. So then, are you the guy like at the end of that Burn song with all the like guitar stuff going crazy that sounds like a super rock star? Is that you?
No, that's Dylan. He's the one who's shredding up in the high registers there.
Oh my God, he is amazing. Like seriously, people in the chat room are like, "Holy shit, listen to that guitar." So we want to give him like props, and we want you guys to say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hey,
What's
everybody.
going on, chat room, folks?
Thanks for
Actually,
tuning in. Thanks
we've
for
got
taking
people.
the time.
We have people from Canada in the chat room. We have a whole bunch of different countries represented. Eileen is in the chat room, so say hi to Eileen.
Eileen, how are you?
Yeah. And also then we've got two other people that you can't see that are working behind the scenes. So Danielle is in West Palm Beach, Wellington, Florida, actually. So say hi to Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
Thank you, Danielle.
Hello. And don't listen to Ron. Keep the beards.
Oh, because
She's like a horse. She likes to
no,
fuck
you know
everybody.
why she likes the beard? So you can rub your beards against a clit. Oh, shit.
And she likes all the cute guys who come on. So if she likes the beards,
She
that's good.
likes beards because you know what she does with those beards.
And then we also have Scotty J.
And she likes mustaches. You know what she calls a mustache? A pussy bumper.
A pussy bumper. So we also have we also have Scotty J. We also have Scotty J, and he's the host of Rock Titan TV. Scotty J, say hi to the guys from Drop Top Alibi.
Yo, guys, what's going on? You kick ass.
Thanks, Scotty. Appreciate
Oh,
it, man.
that was so cool, Scotty J. I want to vomit.
This is a show like you guys have never seen before.
Where are you guys in Canada? Freezing your balls off. Where are you in Canada?
It's not that cold yet, but we're just north of Toronto right now.
Oh, I love Toronto.
And how cold is it?
About 40.
Yeah, it's probably Fahrenheit. Yeah, 40 maybe. Gets down about 35, 30.
I love
Yeah, when I lived in New York, which is my hometown, I used to go to Toronto a lot. They had some wild gay bars up there. I loved it. Toronto's a beautiful city.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know that Twism is in Toronto. So we have a guy in the chat room. His name is Twism Whitepiece. Get this one. He's a really cool guy. He's a white hip hop artist. He's very cool. He lives in Toronto, and he's telling and the people in the chat room are telling him since he's in Toronto, he needs to go see you guys play. So say hi to Twism because he's a really cool guy.
Hey, what's up, Twism? Hey,
There
come
you
by the
go.
hideout at 4 a.m. and come meet us one night, brother.
Absolutely.
And we nicknamed him Twism Big Piece.
That's right. Because he's a white dude with like a big piece.
So that's
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you get that name?
Yeah, well, it made him famous with the girls.
It made him famous, even though he's been married for 18 years.
With the
so.
girls. The girls like the big piece.
So hang on. So you guys, Drop Top Alibi, their website is droptopalibi.com. Here's a quick description because people in the chat room were making all kinds of comments which fits this description. But Drop Top Alibi is a hard-hitting, high-energy rock and roll band from Toronto, Ontario, blending 70s and 90s classic riffs with 80s soaring vocals. Drop Top Alibi is a pure, timeless rock and roll band, and literally, I hadn't read that to anybody, but all the people in the chat room were talking about that. They were talking about the 70s and the 90s and all that stuff as it was going on, so your description of you guys' selves is awesome. So how long have you been a band?
Well, Dylan and I have known each other. We've been playing together for almost 10 years now. The name Drop Top Alibi is about 3 years old. This guy's been with us for about 2.5 years. But with Jeff in the band, it's only been about 1.5 years, and that's when we've really been starting to make some moves and making things happen.
Plus, you've been working with some really big people. Like, I know that you have a new single, which we're going to play for everybody in a little bit. But I know you worked with Michael Hansen from Glass Tiger because we had him on the show, and that's how we met you guys, which we loved him, by the way. He was fabulous. You also work with Gilby Clarke, right?
That's right, yeah.
Anybody who doesn't know, tell everybody who Gilby Clarke is in case people don't know, because I know Ron doesn't know, but I think that everybody else will know.
Well, Gilby Clarke played in a band you may have heard of back in the day called Guns N' Roses. He replaced Izzy Stradlin, so he was there for the big Use Your Illusion tour.
That's just awesome.
Guns N' Roses. Give me a break.
I know Steven Adler. I know Steven Adler.
I used to dance to Guns N' Roses. Are you serious?
You don't anymore?
Well, they're not around anymore. I used to go to the clubs in L.A. and I used to see them live all the time. Well, listen, I'm 100. I've been around all the great bands and I know the guys. I mean, come on. You know how many people I know?
His favorite thing now, though, do you guys know CeCe Peniston? I mean, you guys are young, but CeCe Peniston in the early 90s, I think, had a song called Finally, and it's a huge hit. It sold millions and millions of copies. You know that song, Finally? It has happened to me. Anyway, one day, after we had her on the show, he started vacuuming to Finally, dancing and singing to it, and we put it up on YouTube and got thousands and thousands and thousands of views of him vacuuming to Finally. So he listens to everything, and one thing he says about the show is that I always pick really good music to come on the show, and all the bands come on are really good.
And you have to remember one thing. When I was 10 years old, that was 1950. And then the biggest stars were Ink Spots, Doris Day, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, all those people. Then I outgrew them, and I went to
Johnny Mathis.
Johnny Mathis.
Do you guys know who Johnny Mathis is?
Yep, I've heard of him.
Okay.
And then I went through that music, and then I went into Motown. Then I went into rock and roll. So I've been through all of it, every decade of music. So when you talk about music, I know what I'm talking about because I met them, I hung out with them, and I danced with them and got loaded with them a lot of times.
Got loaded with them. So let's talk.
Back in those days, everybody got loaded, by the way.
So let's talk about let's go. First of all, so how did you guys how did you end up getting bringing Luke in and getting this final like lineup? How did the whole thing get put together?
Well, actually, it was kind of through the Gilby session. So Gilby was coming to Toronto to do a little bit of a Canadian tour in 2016, and an old manager of ours knew Gilby well. Basically said, "Look, I'm gonna send him your stuff. If he likes it, maybe he'll fly in a few days early, and you guys can do a song at Metalworks." So that's what we did. He ended up liking it. He flew in early. We did the song, and during that session, one of the studio hands ended up introducing me to a guy who played drums in the band for a little bit named Anthony. And Luke and Anthony are good friends. We needed a bass player at the time, so Anthony brought Luke in.
That's so cool. I love the way that things like it's like a 6 degrees of separation where you're putting like bands together and become something wonderful. And you guys, that's first single that we played, "Burn." That did a lot of that did a whole bunch for you guys, right? Like the song did really well.
Yeah, very, very lately, especially too with we won a big radio contest up here, and we've gotten a ton of commercial airplay over pretty much the entire summer, and still a little bit now as well. And Burn's really starting to move some mountains for us.
It's so funny too because now Burn, now you've got a new single, Summer Nights and City Lights. So Gilby worked on Burn and Michael Hansen worked on Summer Nights and City Lights. Is that how it worked?
Yep.
So you have
More
a
or less.
superstar. You have a superstar on each one of them.
What you have to do is you have to come here for Coachella. You know what Coachella is in Palm Springs.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys belong here. I mean, that's the kind of music that works. Everybody just gets crazy and dances and has a good time. So why don't you get yourselves here for Coachella? We'll come and see you.
Awesome. Well, actually, we're looking to come maybe for NAMM at the end of January. If not, hopefully do a little bit of touring in the spring, summer next year. So we're hoping to come see you guys next summer for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to play the Whiskey in L.A. You got to play, well, the other one. There's
a whole bunch of good ones.
A whole bunch of places you guys could play.
Well, I think we're going to NAMM.
Even in the Valley, there's a lot of rock clubs in the Valley. Rock and roll, heavy rock never left California. It left the rest of the country, but they still love hard rock.
We have this little cowboy town barbecue that's like, I don't know, where's that? That cowboy barbecue place.
What are you talking about?
Up in the hills, like we went to a little town. It's a little fake cowboy town, and it's got a barbecue, and everybody has played there, like Aerosmith, and like everybody's got pictures on the wall where they just go in and it's like a private little jam, and they just go and play.
We'll give you the info, and you give it to your manager, have them book,
because
book
it's
you
like
up there.
freaking awesome.
It is so famous. I can't think of the name of it, but it's very famous, and people come from all over the country to go all the way up to the high desert. It's an old ghost town. And the saloon is huge, and they built onto it, and that's where all the rock groups come and play.
I mean, everybody. If you see the pictures on the wall of the people playing there, you're like, holy shit.
1,000 people in that place is no big deal.
What's Center Island? Twism wrote their video is on Center Island. Love that place. Did you guys film someplace? I don't know what Center Island is. I'm just translating.
You have to tell Twism, actually, we were right beside Rebel Nightclub. We didn't have to go all the way out to Center Island.
They didn't have to go all the way, Twiz. Sorry, you blew it.
You know,
close by.
right beside Rebel Nightclub, there's a little boardwalk on the water there, and that's where we got to do most of the shooting.
I love it. First of all, I think the song "Burn" is freaking like awesome. I think your new song, "Summer Nights and City Lights," is fabulous, and we're gonna play it so everybody sees it. We've played the single before, but never the video because I was waiting for you guys to come on. So we want everybody to see the video. So hang on one second, Scotty J and Danielle, do you guys have the video ready?
Yes.
Scotty J, you good?
Oh, there she's got the sexy voice.
Summer nights and City Lights.
Yeah, man, we got it.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. One of you guys introduce the video, and when you get done at the end of the video, say enjoy, and that's gonna be their cue to actually play it. All right, so you're up, Luke. Go for it.
All right, coming up is Summer Nights and City Lights by our band, Drop Top Alibi. Enjoy.
That was good.
Yeah, this is our time. So won't you be mine and come along for the ride? And you'll see the world shall float away. And you'll see the world shall float away. And you'll see the world
Drop Top Alibi, Summer Nights and City Lights. First of all, the chat room is like totally like loves it, and I think that the song is a total hit. And I have to tell you, Brandon, like you've got some freaking voice. The range in your voice is sick.
And let me say something.
Thank you, man.
You guys are as good as the big bands of years ago. You guys are great. What a big volume sound you have. I love the whole thing, the way sometimes you can hear every instrument. You guys just mush it. That's what I like. Great beat. No, I know shit from Shine. I mean,
It's 'cause I
they
totally.
give you know, your ears hurt. And you've been there. Please don't play coy.
They're like writing like 70s video effects,
yeah,
80s,
no,
early
you-
90s
it's
sound.
good.
Love it. Everybody like loves it.
It's good music. It's really good music.
Did you guys ever see the movie Rockstar? That's like one of my favorite movies.
Of course, you've seen it.
So we
That's like-
actually had, because you know that's on Judas Priest. That's really supposed to be about Judas, like loosely based on Judas Priest, and the guy who played the Mark Wahlberg part. Now I forgot his name, but he came on the show back when the movie came out many years ago. He came on our show and talked about how the movie's basically based on him, and he the voice and the range is like sick, and I love it when you go up into the high
Now,
register.
Do you call yourselves heavy metal? Or they don't use that anymore. They don't call it heavy metal anymore.
They do, but that's not heavy
We're-
metal.
I think we're like right on that line of like hard rock flirting with heavy metal.
Yeah, I would say so. I would know which way to go with that. Hard rock or heavy metal. I like heavy metal better because heavy metal sounds better.
I like hard rock. I like hard rock.
No,
so you got
hard
both
rock.
of us.
Hard rock sounds like a restaurant.
But one thing about it though, because a lot of times in heavy metal you can't sing along, and one thing
No,
about
heavy-
your
heavy
songs
metal-
is you can like sing along to your songs. Like I can.
Oh, that's the other thing I want to say. For once, I understood you when you sang. You enunciate. We can hear every word you say. Most of the time, you just vomit. But you actually sing the word, and I could hear every lyric, and that was refreshing for a change.
I
Right?
It's because of the beard. It's because of the beard.
It's because of the beard.
No, it's not. Let me tell you something. If you didn't have the beard, you'd play better.
Actually, I think now we saw two videos, and one with the beard and one without, and I think they both look good. I'm sure. Are you guys like married, or have girlfriends or whatever, or like you guys available and like totally like bagging on the chicks?
Are you married to each other? It's a good one.
Well, if we told you, we'd have to kill you. No, I'm just kidding. No, Luke and I got girlfriends. Dylan's got a girlfriend. Jeff's single and on the prowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got some good stuff.
I'm sure the girls, like when you guys play, are girls like throwing their panties and bras at you and shit?
They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, they do.
That's happened one time. Actually, funny story. We played a gig down in a town near Buffalo, New York, and this girl came on stage 3 songs and asked us to sign her boobs. It was pretty funny.
There you go.
Girls don't wear panties or bras anymore. Now they throw their diaphragms on the stage. And they throw condoms. Here, use these later, baby. And they throw condoms.
So tell us, what shows do we have coming up? What do you guys have coming up that we want to
That's where you
promote?
have to play the Viper Room.
Oh yeah, the Viper Room's a good one.
You belong in the Viper Room. But trust me, you'd be a big hit in the Viper Room.
So what kind of shows do you got coming up in Canada? Because we have a lot of people from Canada listening.
Well, we got a show in Hamilton November 2nd with a band called Rebel Few and the Castor Troys. And November 14th, we're in a town called St. Catharines, and we're opening up for a band called The Wild. And then we're doing our own little tour run out to Montreal and Quebec and back to Toronto.
How far away are all those places? Like, is Montreal and Quebec and Toronto, how far away are they from each other?
A clump.
Montreal's a good 5-hour drive east of where we are.
Okay.
And we're hitting towns on the way back.
Have you guys ever been to Banff?
No,
not personally. I think Dylan's been.
You want to see gorgeous Canada? Go to Banff. Oh my God, it's breathtaking. I love West Coast Canada better than East Coast Canada. East Coast Canada is very New York. West Coast Canada is very like let's chop down a tree kind of Canada. You know, like log cabin. I don't know what it is, but West Coast Canada is a very beautiful country.
Absolutely.
I wish we had your health plan here. That's right. Socialized medicine.
Yeah, you guys
Instead
got
of
that going.
Shit that Obama made and that stupid Trump isn't doing a damn thing about. Nobody has medical insurance in this country. People are dying right and left because they can't get medicines in hospitals. And
but we're not a political show, so we're not.
No,
talking
but
about
I'm just telling Canada how I respect Canada and how the Americans should hear what I'm saying and be like Canada. Canada and France and a lot of other countries have socialized medicine for years, and it works fine.
So let's go.
So everybody out there, fight for socialized medicine, because to spend $10,000 a year in copay when you're a senior citizen is a sin. When I paid all my life, I paid into the system, and now it costs me $10,000 a year for copay. Fuck them. I'm going to go on welfare, then I get everything for free. I'm going to change my name and make believe I jumped the fence.
Jump the fence, Jesus. All right, so let's go with, so musical influences. So you guys are a rock band. You got a big rock sound. Who are some of the musical influences that you listened to growing up that has helped develop your own personal style?
I'll let you start.
You want me to start?
Yeah. Brandon's influence is a good foundation for the band overall, but then we each have our own individuals.
Okay, well, we're talking about rock and roll. Nothing gets me more excited than Little Richard and Chuck Berry. That's for sure. And as we matured as songwriters and whatnot, we went through a huge heavy metal phase. So like Motley Crue, Black Sabbath, early Metallica, I love. And my roots are very much 70s era Aerosmith, Zeppelin, Soundgarden. Alice in Chains. And then honestly, hip hop has had a huge influence on us as well. It's been 25, 30 years of hip hop and groove based funk and blues essentially.
Who are some of the hip hop people?
I don't like hip hop.
Who are some of the hip hop people that you like?
I like a lot of the old school guys like Run DMC, NWA, Biggie Smalls, Tupac. Like anybody whose producers were sampling old funk records.
Yeah,
before kind of like the early 2000s, like Scott Storch stuff took over. It had a huge impact on us because it's almost kind of like a Steven Tyler-esque thing where lyrically everything's very percussive and it's very much a part of the music. And I personally learned a lot about how to approach melody writing from that, and also just that stiff upper lip fuck you attitude that a lot of these hip hop guys have because they were independent artists when they broke. Like we learned a lot from them as well.
Did you see the movie Straight Outta Compton? Hang on, this is my talk.
No, I just want to ask you a question, you homosexual. How about Pink Floyd? How do you feel about Pink Floyd?
Oh, I love Pink Floyd. I love nothing more than to smoke a fat doob and listen to Pink Floyd on headphones.
The saxophone player, Scott, is our dear friend. Scott Page is a very close
That's
friend.
awesome.
Yeah, and he plays the best
He's like the
saxophone.
greatest saxophone player you'll
Now
ever
you
like,
can
meet.
go queer.
Go back. So did you see Straight Outta Compton, the movie?
I actually never watched it. You did?
I did. Bits and
Oh my
parts.
God, you gotta watch it. It's awesome. I mean, it's not all awesome, but it's got some really like awesome parts in it. Like I think you would like it a lot because I like a lot of the same music that you like, and I'm old. Like you're kind of young to listen to like a lot of that music. I'm old. It's actually my music from my generation. Okay, Luke, so your turn.
A lot of the same bands he mentioned. Growing up when I was younger, I was more of a drummer, so I learned a lot at listening to Guns N' Roses. Was a big one. When I started teaching myself bass, the main two that really I dove into were like the Chili Peppers and the Beatles. Learned a lot from them. And then after joining the band, it was a lot of Led Zeppelin, Soundgarden, Aerosmith, a lot of the same ones Brandon mentioned. I really just blew up to. Oh, Rush too. Rush, the big Canadian band.
Rush.
Oh, everybody.
I can't
2112 though. Rush 2112 was like.
I can't believe you like the Beatles.
Oh, I love the Beatles. There's so much you can learn. Listening to the
Your
Beatles
music
the first
is so
time,
far from their. Your music is so far from their
But
music.
you learn a lot from
Their
it.
music was commercial. Their music was radio stuff. It wasn't. It was crap. I never liked the
Maybe
Beatles.
the first couple.
All right, the Beatles were commercial to me. They weren't in or groovy. They were just they were like Doris Day and Johnny Mathis in a group.
Yeah.
I mean,
First of all,
really.
though, like I love Rush. I can remember Rush. I think I was probably like in 7th or 8th grade, and Geddy Lee had like that voice, you know. And you've kind of got one of those distinguishable voices like that too, like that Geddy Lee voice where you hear it, and you're gonna get to the point where people are gonna hear your voice and they're immediately gonna be like, "That's Brandon from Drop Top Alibi." They're gonna know it right off the bat.
It's identifiable.
Because it's very identifiable.
Yeah,
it doesn't
definitely.
sound like every other rock and roll singer, and it's going to be something that benefits you greatly as you guys
Actually, it reminds
get
me of
bigger.
somebody's voice, but I can't place it. I can't think of who that sings with that same range and that same fortitude.
Who are your favorite singers? Or who are some of your favorite singers?
Honestly, you guys are gonna laugh, but the way Jack Black can let it rip, I absolutely love.
Oh
Jack
my
Black.
God, that's hilarious.
Chris Cornell, Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Country
Aretha Franklin.
What'd you think of Country Joe and the Fish?
I bet they don't know them.
I don't really know much about them. I can't comment.
They were one big time group in the 70s and 80s. Country Joe and the Fish. Boy, were they good.
I don't know who they are either. Don't feel bad. I don't know who they are either. I know Aretha Franklin, but I don't know who
That's
Country Joe and the
that's
Fish
because
are.
you weren't born
Born in the
up at a club called the Corral, all the way up in Topanga Canyon, where all the hippies loved it.
So
We used
did
to
you?
get
What
dressed
about
like hippies
what
and
about
go-
Nirvana? Did you like Nirvana?
Oh yeah. I went through a huge Nirvana stage, but honestly, they're one of the bands that's way too overplayed on Canadian radio here. So I've never really I have In Utero and Nevermind on vinyl, and I'll still listen to them from time to time, but I don't listen to a lot of Nirvana because I fucking do every day just driving around in my car.
That's so funny. Yeah. Because
Now let's go to Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Blood, Sweat,
Oh.
and Tears.
I love
I
them.
haven't heard them in a while.
Oh, but I love them. Love Blood, Sweat, and Tears. In the day I'm talking about. Remember in La Gata da Vida? Who did that?
That's not
that
Blood,
was,
Sweat,
who
and
did, no,
Tears.
I know it. Don't.
In the Garden of the
Who did that? Not Chicago. Who did In La Gata da Vida? Oh my God, I can't remember. What a group they
Every
were.
time we have a good rock band on, he brings it up, but I don't ever remember
Well,
because I don't know
because
who it
these were
is.
favorite songs of
I was
America.
talking the other day.
You know, Inagata Davida was a hit for like 100 years. It never left the charts, and everybody loved it. It was and heard it through the grapevine.
Who's somebody current? Like, do you have any like 2019 bands or bands that are popular in the last 5 years? You know that you think, oh my God, these guys are like really good.
Royal Blood's awesome. Those guys from the UK. I don't know who else.
I listen to more bands that we've either played with or who are like starting to break it.
Okay, so they're like kind of like more underground or not quite known bands.
Well, there's a great duo from Canada. Really awesome.
Oh, that's a lot.
Shout out to Al.
I know the album.
Yeah.
The
digging it all. And was that a?
But I play in enough, wedding bands and cover bands, 80s theme nights, and just like, pour some sugar on me and photograph. You gotta play those songs for the masses.
All right, so you guys, this is Drop Top Alibi. They're an indie band. They need support. Check out their videos on YouTube. They have a YouTube page. It's Drop Top Alibi. Their website is droptopalibi.com. Their Twitter is drop_top_alibi. Their Instagram is, what is your Instagram? Just Drop Top Alibi?
Case, yeah.
I find them if you live in Canada. Definitely go see their shows. They've got, how many singles do you have out? I know you have Burn. How many singles do you have available on iTunes and things? 2, 3, 4?
Available on iTunes. I think there's 5 or 6 now.
You can find them on YouTube, you guys. You can stream them.
I mean, really, it's Halloween night. See, I is the word penis is in your. Your music is great. Your music.